Hey, welcome to today's workout. Today, we're gonna focus on a little bit of stability and balance while incorporating some strength training as well. So we often tend to skip stability and balance, and we don't work on that a lot. So I'm gonna make sure that you guys get a good workout with that today. Trust me, this is still going to challenge you. It's still going to have you sweating if you are pushing yourself properly. Now, it's also going to help you have longevity. It's going to keep you capable. It's going to help prevent injuries. And it's going to make all of your daily tasks that much easier. Plus, it is also going to improve your workouts in the future. All right, so stick with me and let's get warmed up. All right, so we're just going to start with a march. So we've got 10 moves today. Each move is going to be 40 seconds long, and we're going to take a 20-second break in between. Let's start adding in some arm circles here. Start thinking about driving those knees up into your core. Standing nice and tall, keeping the core engaged. Let's reverse those arm circles. A little bit of coordination here. Bring them back forward. And reverse one more time. Awesome. All right, shake it out. We're gonna go into a side step. We're gonna bring the arms forward. So we're just getting the body ready for our movement patterns that we're gonna be incorporating today. Good. So as we're working through today's workout, I want you guys to take it nice and slow and controlled, and I want you to more focus on engaging your entire body as we're moving through each move. There's a lot of other muscle groups here that tend to work in conjunction with the muscle group that we're kind of focused on. So we want to kind of engage and focus on the entire body today so that we can hit them all. All right, let's do some alternating knee raises. We're just giving it a slight little pull. Oh, I forgot to turn my watch on. Don't forget to turn your watch on. There you go. Good. All right, take your feet a little wide. We're gonna push this hip back, circle around, and come forward. Circle around. Loosening up those hips. Kind of engaging the core just slightly. Good. One more. And let's reverse. Back, around, taking it slow. Job. Two more. That's right. Good. All right, some heel digs to the front. We're gonna cross our arms, alternating top and bottom. For some of you, this might be right where you're at. We're just in the warm-up. For some of you, you might be feeling like this is a little slower than what we normally do, but I want you to stick with it, okay? I promise it's gonna challenge you as we go through the workout. Almost there. All right, let's come into a squat, feet hip distance apart. We're gonna reach our arms overhead. So getting used to sitting back into that squat, nice big reach. Beautiful. About 10 more seconds here. And then we're gonna get into our 10 moves. Body should be nice and warmed up by now. And rest. All right, so I've got a few different sets of dumbbells. I've got a yoga mat. I do have a chair. This is optional. I just want to show a modification with the chair, so you may not even need it. I also have some water, and I think we're ready to go. Let's do it. All right, here we go. So as you saw in the demo, I had my toe on the floor for this single leg RDL. If you want, you can be here, all right, if you're able. Now, if you need to, your toe is just lightly on the floor and we're still hinging back with the hips, okay? Core is nice and tight. We're coming straight down. We're not coming across in front of this leg. If you are, rest. We're gonna go the other side right away. If you are doing a single leg, I want your balance to be pretty good, okay? If you're finding that you're flailing all over the place, start with your foot on the floor and work on that balance factor first. Here we go. And then slowly you can take it up. The other thing I want you to watch when you're doing the leg extension is that you don't open up that hip. Okay, we want to keep those hips still facing towards the floor. All right, so you decide where you need to be. You can extend your arm out. Sometimes that helps with balance as well. You can hover the foot here. You can also tap it down. So there's so many different ways that you can move through this depending on your level and where you're at. And we're all gonna be different. Last one. Nice. All right. Next move is going to be a side lunge with a knee raise. We're gonna stay on one side the entire time. Weights are optional. All right? So we're gonna lunge and we're gonna pause. And then we're gonna lunge and we're gonna pause. Now, if you need to, tap your foot here and then bring it up, that is okay. I want you to pause and I want you to try to keep this leg at 90 degrees. Squeeze the core. And then if you have no dumbbells, your arms are just down by your sides. Last one. Rest. Awesome, we're gonna go the other side. All right, so if your balance is awesome and you're crushing it, grab heavier weights. All right, that's where you guys can challenge yourselves. All right, we're going to the other side in 3, 2, 1. So lunge it and lift. Strong core. Squeeze the glute to the supporting leg. Don't forget to pause there. Don't rush back down. You got it. One more. And rest. Nice. Okay, Next up, we have our squat overhead press. I wanted to show you guys a modification with the chair if you need it. All right, so if you need to, you can be here and up. All right, if you need to sit all the way down, you can. If you're working on just tapping the glutes, you can, or you can be here with no chair at all. All right, now, if you've got this move down pat, you're grabbing a heavier weight, right? You're squatting lower, powering up through the glutes. Last one. Nice, beautiful. Next, we are gonna do some oblique work. We're gonna twist through the core here, all right, with a little bit of balance. Okay, so hands up, we're gonna stay on one side for the whole time. Here we go. So crunch, twist, crunch, twist. Now, if you really wanna work your balance, don't touch the floor. So you'll notice my leg kind of opens to the side and then it comes to the front, and I'm twisting through my core, through my upper body. So I'm not bringing the leg across, I'm bringing my upper body across. Light touch on the floor. If you need to step it right down, you can, but I want you to work on that. One more. Rest. Nice. You might feel this also a little bit in that hip flexor, okay? That's why we got those hips all nice and warm at the beginning. All right, we're gonna do the other side. Ready? Oh, oblique, and then twist. Crunch, twist, crunch, twist. Core is strong. Got it. One more. Rest. Awesome. Okay. Next, we have our step back lunge with our front raise. Again, I'm going to show you two variations. All right, we're going to alternate legs. So we're going to step back into our lunge, come up, front raise, lower, step back, front raise, lower. Now, if you're finding that you want to challenge your balance a little bit more, I want you to front raise as you lunge back. Just kind of takes it up a notch. Okay, now on that front raise, we are only lifting to shoulder height, and we're not swinging the arms back when we come down. One more on the other side. Rest. All right, we'll talk about that a little more on our next round. We're gonna come down to the floor, and we're gonna do bird dog. So on our hands and knees, reach the opposite hand and foot, and back down. Pause there. Engage the core. Knees are underneath our hips. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in line. Reach. Good. You want to take this up, you can hold the little dumbbell here. One more. Other side. Rest. Awesome. Okay. Last move for this round. Wall sit with a bicep curl. So grab those dumbbells, sit into the wall, 90 degrees with our legs. Ooh, the wall is cold. Press the back into the wall. Keep the shoulders against the wall. That's it. Squeeze at the top. One more curl. Nice. All right, slide yourself back up. Whew. Grab some water. We're gonna do those all again. So I've gone over a whole lot of different modifications for you guys. Remember, our focus today is balance and strength and stability. All right, a little bit of coordination. So I want you to focus on those things as you're moving through each move. All right, we're gonna start with our single leg RDLs, either toe on the floor or leg up, you decide. Grab your dumbbell. Let's go. All right. We're only here if we're keeping the hip forward, if we're not rounding through the back, and if our balance is fairly good. All right, or maybe you only lift here. Doesn't have to be a full lift, or you just lightly keep that toe on the ground. Good, give me one more. Nice. All right, we're gonna switch to the other side. Okay, you decide where you need to be. Are you ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can always start here. And then if you find that you're starting to get tired and you're really wobbling, like you can barely get any of these moves out, then you drop your toe and finish off there. Still keeping the core tight, still light on the foot. That's it. One more. Nice. All right, let's put that weight down. Side lunge, knee raise, optional weights. Let's stick with these. One side first, ready? Lunge it out, balance. Little pause at the top. Remember, you can tap, lunge, tap, lift. Or you can not touch that foot on the ground in between the lunge and the knee raise. You decide where you need to be. That's it. Heavier weight's gonna make this harder, but rest. They're also gonna help a little bit with your balance because they kind of ground you into the floor, okay? So sometimes doing it with no weight, balance-wise, can be a little bit harder. Okay, 3, 2, 1, other side. Lunge, knee raise. Now, if you're anything like me, which most people are, you will find that your balance is better on one side than the other. That is normal. Keep working at it. Try to keep both sides as even as you can. One more. Nice. All right. Quick break. We're doing squat, overhead press. Remember, you can use the chair, right? Okay, weights down, bring them all the way up. They start coming up as you start coming up. If you want to use that chair, or even a full sit. One more. Rest. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Side crunch. Standing twist. One side. Ready? Hands behind your head. Here we go. Crunch, twist. Crunch, twist. Now you'll notice I'm not even actually touching my head. So I just want you to make sure you're not pulling your neck forward. And remember, that knee's coming straight. We're not here. Well, that makes me fall over. You got it. Open, forward. Open, forward. One more. You'll also notice that my chest and head stayed up. So I'm twisting, I'm not coming forward into a crunch, okay? All right, we gotta do the other side. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting mighty warm. Okay, hands behind your head. Ready, here we go. So remember how I told you like each movement is like kind of works different parts of our body, even if that's not the part we're focused on. So right now, we're kind of focusing on our core, right? We're crunching, we're doing some oblique leans and some twists, but keep going. The other thing you can focus on is your upper back. So as you're having those hands, push the elbows back, shoulders down in set position, and engage, right? We can make so much more out of each move. One more. If we just focus on other body parts rather than just the one we're focusing on now, or just the one we're working, sorry. Now, of course, we want to focus on the one that we're working. That is our priority. But then start thinking about what else can I work here. Let's do these lunges. Now remember, you want to make it harder. You'll notice it changes the whole dynamic of the weight. You can do this with no dumbbells at all. Just raise those hands to the front. You can also be here and then raise in between. One more each leg. Other side. Beautiful. All right, let's take it to the floor. So I did mention that you could hold a light weight here, right? Okay, here we go. Oh, I should have grabbed two. So let's reach and in. Reach in. So really, ideally, I'd like you to have one on each side, like a dumbbell, but that's okay. And again, not just lifting, reaching, engaging, working on that balance. Squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through the shoulder, the back. One more on the other side. Nice. Right? Whew. Okay. Oops. Wall sit with a curl. Let's do it. Keeping the back up against the wall, keeping the elbows tucked into our sides. You got it. Beautiful. Come on. Give me one more curl. Rest. Woo! All right. That's all she wrote. If you want to go through and do one more round, by all means, do so, okay? But for those of you who feel that that was enough for you today, let's give that shoulder a quick stretch. Good. Switch to the other side. Slightly pull across. One more time. Other side. Interlock those fingers, push them down, open up the chest, open up the shoulders, push towards the floor. Good job today, you guys. That wasn't easy. All right, we're gonna stretch out our neck. Okay, so we're giving ourselves lots of love today. I want you to press this hand towards the floor, ear towards your shoulder. If you want to close your eyes here for a second, you can. Just breathe into it. Good, release that hand, roll your chin down, take it to the other side. Push the opposite arm towards the floor. Oh, I'm tight on this side. Definitely feel that. That's it, just breathe. Take a minute to thank yourself for showing up today, taking care of you. All right, release that arm, bring it back to center, and then roll it up. Good. All right, give me some shoulder rolls. Back. Bring them forward. If you have the balance left, let's do this stretch. You can always grab the back of your pant or your shoe or your sock. You can hold onto your chair if you have it, or a wall. And I really want you to drive that hip forward, all right? Pushing down through the front of that leg. Good, switch sides. A little more balance work, right? We use our balance so much throughout our lives, and especially as we're aging and getting older. And if you're young and you're doing this workout, like, good on you. That is the time to start, because what we don't use, we lose, right? Let's just shift side to side, nice and slow, stretching out the inner thighs. So naturally, as we get older, our balance can get a little off, right? Our muscle mass starts deteriorating, our coordination starts to go a little bit, our eyesight isn't as strong as it used to be. That can throw us off. So the more strength you have in your core and the more balance you have, the better it's going to be as you get older, and it's going to prevent you from things like falls and all of those kind of things, which I know can sound like, you know, those don't happen until we're 75, 80 years old. Maybe you are 75, 80 years old, and that's amazing that you're here. But now's the time that we want to start working on those things, because what we're doing now is what's going to carry us through. There's nothing wrong with starting at any age, but the younger you can begin, the better. Good. All right, let's take a big inhale and a big exhale. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale out. Awesome work, you guys. Thank you for sticking with it. I'm super proud of you. Keep working on that balance and coordination. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to my channel so that we can work out again together next time, because I can't wait to see you then.